Hello, and welcome to the That Jordo broadcast experience. I am your host, President Bumpus, here today to share some details about the upcoming game for the Siloowett Jepperdy franchise, Siloowett Jepperdy, the Thweemix. Before I begin, I should mention, this will likely be the final installment within the Siloowett Jepperdy series. I poured a lot of effort into making this one the best possible yet, so I hope you have fun and you enjoy. But before we begin, what is Siloowett Jepperdy? Siloowett Jepperdy was an event created and hosted by Bumpus on the That Jordo broadcast experience on June 17, 2023. The concept behind it is quite simple. Competitors choose a tile representing a category and point value, and are presented with a silhouette they must correctly identify to gain points. However, nobody could have expected the worldwide phenomenon it would become. This event shattered all previous concurrent viewership records on the That Jordo broadcast experience, peaking at just over 1,200 simultaneous viewers. Its sequel, Siloowett Jepperdy 2, shattered this record for a second time in a row, maxing at more than 28,000 tuning in at once. This was a wave the likes of which had never been experienced before or since for our community. The notoriety of Siloowett Jepperdy even reached the Oval Office, as former President Barack Obama shared the second installment on his summer 2023 playlist. Truly an overwhelming and exciting honor. And since, the demand for a third installment has continued to skyrocket, connecting individuals across cultural and political boundaries previously not thought possible. And of course, what kind of president would I be if I didn't deliver? That's why we're gonna do this one final time. I hope you're just as excited to flex your mind muscles and guess some of our favorite characters of all time as I am. Since it has been a while since our last game, I figure some of you may be new to the franchise or may need a refresher on some of the rules. That's why, allow me to go over some basic gameplay. As mentioned earlier, contestants will be provided a grid of spaces, each hiding the silhouette of a character. It is up to them to select a space on the board and attempt to identify the given character. Each space represents a combination of a point value and a category. These range from 100 all the way through 500, meaning if you select and answer a 300 level question, you will be awarded 300 points. This would imply going for higher point values is definitely the play, right? Well, not necessarily. As point values increase, so too does the obscurity and difficulty of represented characters, meaning selecting a 400 level question is high risk, high reward. Categories are also quite simple. They are a classification which identifies a shared property for a group of characters. For instance, if the category was anime, you could expect to see familiar faces such as Goku. But on the other hand, Goku would not fit in as well into the early 2000s internet category. Here you'd be more likely to find Clippy and unregistered Hypercam 2. Once a space's silhouette is revealed, any contestant is allowed a guess if they believe they have identified the character. However, sometimes multiple contestants believe they know who this is. Therefore, the order of guesses is handled by the buzzer system. Each contestant will provide a unique sound effect they play, symbolizing they would like to guess. Contestants can only buzz once a space's silhouette is revealed. Whoever buzzes first will be awarded guessing priority. If the contestant correctly guesses, they will be awarded points and the opportunity to select the next tile. However, if they blunder, those points will instead be taken away and another contestant may try to steal them. Once a space is selected, it cannot be reselected. Therefore, the main objective is to have the highest point value by the time all spaces have been revealed, rendering the board empty. Now let's meet the contestants. As you'd expect, all three are returning from the previous two games. I hope you're excited to see some familiar faces. Up first, the two-time champ, That Jordo! Of course, the host of the That Jordo broadcast experience as a whole needed to be included, right? Will he defend his title yet again? Only one way to find out. Coming up next, hailing as royalty from the Tianist Jordania Kingdom, the Great Prince T. T came to fame in the That Jordo broadcast experience through his Sonic Jepperdy game, kicking off the Jepperdy craze that sweeps the broadcast for the past few months. It can be argued that without T's contributions, Siloowett Jepperdy would never have existed in the first place. He crawled, and don't get me wrong, he definitely crawled, so Bumpus could run. On top of this, T is also incredibly talented at fighting games. He's like ranked top 100 in the world at fighters or something like that. I don't know. And I think this clip from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate speaks for itself.
Yes, play my theme. Yeah, baby! Oh, fuck.
And finally, we have Macman. Please give them a warm applause and welcome. Okay, gentlemen, please take your metaphorical seats. First, let's hear those buzzers. Macman, we'll start with you. Thank you, Macman. Jordo, you're up next. Thank you, Jordo, wonderful. And last but not least, we have the Prince T. Go ahead and share us your buzzer, T. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, finally, let's reveal
Bombits! 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 What? Let's go!
And there you have it! Today's categories will be Video Game, The Broadcast Experience, 2000 to 2010's YouTuber Music, Comic Panels, and Contrapasso, alternately dubbed as Hell 3, the latest entry in the continuous Hell series. And of course, every game we have a category sponsored by a fellow chat member. And I'm happy to reveal that Comic Panels was sponsored by Devil May Cry. Thank you for your thoughts and feedback during planning. The trailer you just watched shared a general description of what to expect from each, but please, feel free to ask any questions. I hope you are excited for these categories as much as I am. There are some good surprises hiding behind these tiles. Of course, this is Siloowett Jepperdy. The game would not be complete without some gimmicks. Last time, we introduced the Daily Bumble, and that's back this time as well. Under one of the spaces, there will be a secret second super secret question. Only the contestant who guesses the first question correctly will be eligible to guess the second. And this one is special. Instead of being a specified point value, the player will instead choose how many of their own points they'd like to wager. There is no max on how many points they may be willing to give up. However, there is an exception to this. If a player is already in negative point territory, they will only be able to wager up to 1,000 max. It is very irresponsible to take on more debt when you are already so much in the hole. The secret second super secret question will also be read by a celebrity host. Last time, we had the honors of welcoming Bumdus to our studios to read it. I wonder who will read this games. But the Daily Bumble isn't the only gimmick this time around. You might see this icon in the bottom left corner. Now what might that be? Yep, it's a bum bomb. Just like the Daily Bumble, they will be randomly scattered around the board. However, unlike the Daily Bumble, once you get the question right, that item is yours. No second question needed. And once you get this item, it is yours to keep for the rest of the game. That is, until you decide to use it. So what does it do, you ask? Well, please take a look. That's right. When used on another player, you can literally dismantle their point total. dropping their score by a set value. You can even deploy one immediately after another player guesses a question right. This can really turn the tides of battle if strategically used. There are currently 3 bum bombs hidden on the board. 2 normal bum bombs, which subtract 500 from a player's score, and 1 gold bum bomb, removing a whopping 1,000 points from the target's total. I hope you choose to use bum bombs in your gameplay strategy. And of course, once all the tiles have been removed, there's only one thing left: the final bumble. One final silhouette is presented to the competitors, allowing them to wager up to 100,000 points. Now, why would I allow you to wager such a ridiculous amount? Surely that pretty much nullifies the rest of the game, right? I mean, yeah, but it's funny. The players will take a vote whether they'd like to wager points up front or after seeing the silhouettes. This result determines when they will be shown their final challenge. Regardless, after they see it, they must tell me who they believe the final silhouette is, and only after all players have submitted a response will the answer be revealed. Only the best of the best will win, and maybe that'll be you. And that wraps up today's special presentation on the 3rd installment in Bumbus' Silhouette Jepperdy franchise, Siloowett Jepperdy, the Thweemix. I poured a lot of effort into making this the best it could possibly be. I feel a lot of strong emotions towards it, and I hope that's reflected in today's gameplay. With that, I will turn it back over to Bumbus. Please take it away. Wait, I lied. There's actually one other thing. Roll the tape.